Manx Radio's 1 to 3, tended by Ramsey Garden Centre.
So I applied to a very special organisation called The Good Push, which is part of Skaterzan, to be a role model. So it was workshops, learning how to interact with other skateboarders from around the world. About 20 other women and non-binary skaters, and we all went to Paris for a week and skated around Paris.
That's so cool. And they were literally from all over the world, weren't they? Whereabouts are we talking?
Yeah, so one of the facilitators, Tin, she's from Cambodia. She runs skate classes in Cambodia. She was a very incredible woman. Girls from Chile, Greece, Finland, Germany, Holland. Yeah, the list was very long. It was great. A couple from the UK as well. So yeah, the furthest are 2 girls from Chile, and they were incredible.
And we've talked before about what you've been doing here on the island, encouraging young girls to get into skating, and obviously now you're experiencing what this means around the world as well. And what sort of stories were coming out?
Incredible stories, really. I think a lot of the week was spent in awe of other women, inspired by other women, but a lot of crying as well, but inspirational crying. Hard stories to hear. We the women that we engage with from Afghanistan, one of them is an athlete who actually fled Afghanistan and was telling us about their hardships with girls not even being allowed outside, not being allowed to go to school. So yeah, it was quite harrowing at times, but very inspiring by these very strong role models.
And what did they say that skating had done for them and the kids that they'd worked with?
So one of the ladies, Tin, who was one of the facilitators as part of Skaterzan in Cambodia, she teaches disabled children to skateboard. And in Cambodia, disabled people and children find it very, very difficult. They don't have the facilities or care that we have here. And it's an escape for them, really. There's just some from very poor backgrounds. And this organisation is doing wonders for them, helping them with education as well. With Skaterzan, they also work with in Afghanistan as well with educating girls. Yeah, it was very, very inspiring.
I can imagine it was. And what do you think you brought to the table there from the Isle of Man?
So I was probably one of the oldest ones there. There was a couple of other ladies. There was a couple of other ladies. There's one of my friends from Valencia, Diane. She was about the same age as me. She was a surf skater. She runs a weekly family skateboarding group in Valencia. And I very similarly was trying to do something similar to what she was doing, but we all had to do like a presentation, each one of us. So obviously all of us were sat there thinking, wow, they're inspirational. Wow, where am I going to fit in with this? Where's my project going to fit in with this? But every single one of ours was completely different. And my input to it was just to engage more with a pretty niche community that is here. There is a great community, skateboarding community on the island, but it's mostly boys and men who, I'm very lucky. They've all been very welcoming and engaging with me here on the Isle of Man. But a lot of the skaters that I encountered during Role Models, that was a very different story for them. So it was quite encouraging for them to hear that for such a small island, I've been made very welcome and people are really kind.
Had many of them heard of the Isle of Man before?
I think no, not one of them. They kind of didn't believe me that it was a real place. So part of my presentation was a bit of a geography lesson and telling them all about, our parliament and how amazing this place is and how creative and community focused and minded we all are here, and welcoming as well. So that was quite entertaining. Obviously talking to a room of women as well, saying I'm from an island called the Isle of Man.
And what are some of your take-homes that you're going to sort of maybe try and implement? Anything that you've learned? Or
it was life-changing. It was absolutely incredible. If I could take anything, it would be to try and skate outdoors a lot more if we possibly could, and get more people to like with Douglasborough Council, who are trying to put an outdoor skate facility in where the sunken gardens are, just so that all people can use those facilities, because as soon as you've got a community space like that to use, more people take notice and hopefully engage with what's going on in their community a bit more. But unfortunately we've got the winter, which is a very long time here, and just getting people to come to a skate park and engage with people who use skate parks more frequently, who maybe necessarily have a bit of a negative mindset about skateboarding and skaters in general, because we don't seem to have that with people who ride scooters, children, because it seems to be a young kind of outlook that it's only children that do these kind of things, and really it's for everyone. It's for all ages, all genders, all races. It's skateboarding is for all. So that's what I'm trying to implement across the Isle of Man, really.
As a role model. And, personally, I've checked your socials, obviously. I follow what you do as Gal Skate, and I've seen some of the videos. I mean, you did a lot while you were there, didn't you?
It was what didn't we do whilst we were in France? We where the workshops were based was for people who were displaced. So we had there was asylum seekers within this building that we were in. So it was people who were being displaced. So we were engaging with them quite a bit as well and listening to people's stories. We did a lot of meditation and workshops, but we also did kind of military style exercises with one of the Afghan ladies who had left Afghanistan and was speaking 3 languages, Afghan, French and English. There was a skate jam one evening at Bastille, which was incredible, which is where the Olympic rings were. We did skateboarding workshops as well, with skate in to and from the venue, so we'd have to take the metro and then skateboard alongside where the just one of the Olympic arenas is. We also, in the last evening, we went to watch the women's wheelchair basketball for the Paralympics with Spain and China, to a full stadium. I can't remember how many thousands of people, but that was sold out as well. I don't think we could have fitted any more into a week. It wasn't long enough, but it was long enough, if you know what I mean. I need another holiday now.
So what happens next with the organisation, with Skateistan? Are you doing anything else with it?
Yes. So that was part of my presentation, was to start up hopefully a bi-weekly skate club involved with the Shred House. So it's just like the island's only indoor skate park that I am mostly based at when the weather isn't very kind to us. So there'll be creative workshops. There'll be a bi-weekly skateboarding lesson, which will be partly funded by this cause for role models. I'm hoping that there'll be some creativity workshops, some art workshops, and music, all related around skateboarding as a culture, because it is a very cultural experience with music, fashion, skateboarding, design. And then hopefully there'll be I'll be screening some of the documentaries that we were involved with Skateistan. One of them was learning to skateboard in a war zone, which was part of the girls going to skateboard in Afghanistan, who have to go under an armed guard to skateboard and go to school at the same time. So I'm hoping that will inspire other people as well. And those documentaries, there's about 2 or 3 of them, and some more skateboarding films as well, where everybody will be coming together and watching those, hopefully.
Manx Radio's 1 to 3, tended by Ramsey Garden Centre. Pick up your new all-season loyalty card in-store today and start collecting reward points.